What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review of this week's episode of the Junji Ito collection. So let us begin. So we start this episode off, guys, with a record playing and a record player. You know, this is some good old quality vinyl. You know, vinyl's making a return nowadays. Yeah, and actually, in case you guys don't, my grandma actually has a bunch of vinyl records. My dad took a couple of them with him. He took like one of the Ghostbusters soundtrack. I think it was Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack, as well as I want to say the Michael Jackson Thriller album. It's one of Michael Jackson. That was the one where he's in a suit with like a baby tiger. It's like I'm pretty sure that's a Thriller album. Yeah. Now a lot of you guys are probably like, give me that record, because probably good. Whatever. Enough talking about records. So. The record's playing, and then RMC asks her friend, hey, why don't you let me, make a copy of the record? She's like, nah, like, I don't, like, it's not gonna cost you anything. It's like, nah, I'm just letting you copy it will probably take away from some of the magic of the record, which we'll talk about the magic of this record later. So then she says, like, okay, then just like borrow it. She's like, absolutely not. Okay, then why don't you buy it for yourself? There's nothing on the jacket. How am I supposed to word you get? He's like, I'm not saying which. Guys, I can so relate to this because my brother owns like about like the first, I want to say 32 volumes of Berserk. The first like 32 volumes, I believe. I think it's around that number anyway. That's like he's almost got the whole series collected, but he just kind of like stopped there. Yes, the first 32 volumes, and I've been curious about Berserk as of late. I watched both seasons of the anime series, enjoyed what I watched from both seasons. Season 1 kind of bored me. Season 2 was much, much better. I did to watch the OVAs of the Golden Age arc, which is the only arc of Berserk I have not yet seen in anime. Well, it's the only other arc that has an anime adaptation. Anyway. See, I was like, because, everyone tells you, like, oh, the anime sucks. Go read the manga to Berserk. Read the manga, you filthy plebs. Read the manga. Well, I was like, okay, bro, let me read your manga, just see what's so great about Berserk. He's like, no, I'm not letting you touch my manga. I'm like, bro, I'll let you borrow my TG volume. Just let me read Berserk. He's like, nah, buy it yourself, or read scans. I'm like, bro, just let me borrow your manga volumes. I take good care of my shit. I take good care of my manga when you look at my shelf. Sure, some of them got some like wear and tear on the spine, but that's just from age and them being in my back. But yeah, guys. Anyway, so yeah, she kind of just leaves. She just then her friend comes back around. She looks at the window and then comes back to where the record player is, and she knows that the record's gone. She actually kind of stole it. Low-key kind of stole it, make sure no one would notice. So she starts running with the record. Her friend starts chasing after. She's like, "Hey, you thief! Give me back the record! It's more precious to me than my life." I don't know how. I doubt there's an album that good that's worth to die over. We'll make something by Kendrick Lamar. That man puts out some great shit. I mean that Humble album, and also Black Panther. Black Panther's out today, guys. And I'll be watching tomorrow, and I will also be getting started working on my top 10 most anticipated movies of this year list. I have yet to see the movie, so yeah, you'll get my hype this like the day before. See, we're gonna catch it tomorrow, and I cannot wait to go to Wakanda. Apologies to your ears for me screaming at the top of my lungs saying Wakanda, but fuck it, I'm hyped for that movie. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. So she's running from her friend with the album. She's running, and then her friend grabs a rock. It's a little bit smaller than the size of my palm. She throws it at her, hits her bed, kind of has her fall over, and she's like, you hit me with the rock, how dare you? Then she comes like, she's like, give me back the record, and then she grabs this big ass rock, RMC, grabs this big ass rock that's like about the size of my head. And I got some decent sized hands, so this is and then just kind of like hits her with it, which hits her in the face with it. Which I'm pretty sure kills her instantly from the force. And so yeah, she kind of just slides down a wall, pretty much essentially dead. So then she kind of looks around, looking to listen to this record. Which, by the way, guys, if none of us learned anything from The Ring, you don't watch blank tapes, or Ringu if you want to get specific with the Japanese version. Why are you never play blank tapes, blank DVDs, blank records, blank CDs? Because God knows I don't want to listen to someone's shitty mixtape. Anyway, you don't listen to blank shit. Let's not have me play features. I just toss. I'm like, hell no. I ain't getting cursed or whatever the fuck I take. I don't want to know. So, anyway, so yeah, she kind of looks around. She goes, "There's one like look, I think it's like a record store. It sells like vinyl records and shit." She looks around. She hands him like, "Hey, can I play this record here?" She's like, "Yeah, cool." And then he notices that the jacket, which is like the little slip that the vinyl goes, like those like paper things that some people put CDs, DVDs, or games into when they don't got the box cover for. That's essentially what that is. It's like a little cover when you don't got a case for it. She's like, that jacket's blank. That's the album. That's the song by that famous singer that died, isn't it? Give it to me. There's only one copy in Japan. Give it to me. And so he kind of like, where did you get it? You stole it. You see? And she like runs around. And then that dude starts chasing her with it because like, I don't know what's so great about this album. So she's running from him. She manages to lose him, and then she goes to this other like cafe area with like has a bunch of records on the walls. And then he asked the waiter, the owner, whoever was waiting her table, said, "Hey, is the music playing from the radio?" "No, it's from a record player." And then she guy asked, like, "Hey, you might play this record here?" And she says, "Yeah, sure." So he plays the record. The song itself, we finally hear what the song is, which is essentially just some opera music. Nothing really too fancy. Kind of a bit of a creepy vibe to it, but nothing really that good that's worth dying over. The sure as hell ain't on the quality of my man Kendrick Lamar. I love Kendrick Lamar. Anyway, before I start talking about Black Panther again, so the record plays, it ends, and then this dude that was actually also at the cafe or bar, whatever it is. And then he has like this like creepy like he has this look on his face that looks like I've been through some shit. He has that I've seen some shit look, where he just looks crazy. You just don't want to mess with him. So he has like I know that is the infamous record by the singer that died, but that was recorded after she died. It is a song from the dead or the beyond or whatever the hell it was. So he wants it. Then he starts. She leaves. Then she knows that he's like follow her. Then then the owner starts trying to like everyone's trying to chasing after her to get their hands on this record. I don't know why it's that important because the song is not really that good, but whatever. It's Junji Ito. So everyone starts chasing. Then she gets to like this dead end in like an alleyway. She climbs on top of some, off of some like wood or a tree branches or whatever. It's essentially just chopped wood. So she starts climbing up that to get away from them. She has like the record in her mouth, and then she notices the guy that he has wearing a cow jacket that's their face that looks like he's been through some shit or seen some shit, I should say. And he just kind of sits there. He's just kind of like on the other side. Well, she's like, ah! Then she falls over. Essentially, she probably dies from the fall. But he drops, and she also dropped the record right in front of him, where he's like, "Oh, you dropped it. That means you don't want it. Well, I will gladly take it off your hands." And that's essentially where the episode ends. Where, like I should say, not the episode ends. The first short story ends. Is titled "Used Record." Overall, pretty good short story. I was really enjoyable, but. If I had to rank, it's probably like one. It's not one of the better ones. It's probably one of the better ones we've got out of this short story. But like, they've all been great. All the short stories are great. But there's ones that are great, and those ones that are fucking awesome. Like the one about the dreams in episode 2. It's not that quality. It's around like your average short story we get in these episodes. So overall, really great shit. So let's move on to the second short. So the second short story, we start off with this with our MC giving us like a little bit of some. Background or I guess exposition about this. I'm gonna call him a physicist because our psychologist because are still some. It's just like psychologist or whatever study. He talks about dreams where he say like if you whisper into somebody's ear that while they're dreaming that could influence their dreams to kind of have them dream what you want. Kind of like you guys remember in X-Men 2 X2. X-Men United. You guys remember that Stinger or Striker actually whispered in his son's ear to him like okay, there's been a change of plans, kill all the mutants because he would like telepathically talk to Professor X to then use that telepathy to like have him like what if you guys see X2 you know what I'm talking about with like Striker, his son, and Professor X, that whole thing where he had this makeshift Cerebro and shit. So it's kind of like that. But then we have like this where this where our MC and this boy are talking. Which, by the way, in this short story, they randomly put in English, or I should say English. And it's like so like when they say like they talk about like when they say privacy, they don't say the Japanese word for privacy. They just say privacy like in full-fledged English. Which kind of like wait what English? Like I don't like in the same for a couple other phrases in this episode or in the short story where they kind of like it said unless there's not a Japanese word in in Japanese language it means when privacy or whatever, or they just want to randomly put in some English, just kind of like JoJo does that sometimes in the subs where they put in randomly have the Japanese voice actors say English like for for like Joseph in the Japanese dub. Star Wars Crusaders, they always have him say, "Oh shit! Oh no!" They just have him say it in English instead of him saying in Japanese. So I guess it might just be something like that, or it's kind of like a JoJo scenario. But anyway, so the MC and this boy are talking. I talked to like, I can't believe you did that. Blah blah blah. He's like, "Oh, I really care for you, so please." He's like, "Okay, if you care for me that much, tell me, confess your feelings to me tomorrow at school." And he gives her like this like it's like this ring, and he says here, and then this guy in this van walks up in a hat, and he's all he's super suspicious. He's like, "Oh, I was already pretty pissed off today, but now I'm really pissed off." He's like, "Who are you?" Well, you can call me Jack the Ripper. Now please die! And then he kills the boyfriend, which actually when the boyfriend dies, there's like this black bar that has like right where he slashes, there's kind of like a little bit of censorship there, which I mean it's not that bad. I was like, oh, some censorship. Why don't you just let me see the slice blood? But whatever, TG does that all the time. But at least it's not nowhere near as bad as what TG did for season 1, season 2 with the censorship. So yeah, so then she wakes up from her dream, and then she knows, and then she she looks like she's in middle school judging from her school uniform. So then she kind of has like this conversation with her whole family, telling them, hey, stop peeping into my room because there's peepholes. Because you later see in her room there are peeping holes like all over her room that she has covered up. Well, not all over. They're more or less like kind of like the front. They're kind of like right in front of where her bed is. So they're kind of there, so she sure has some of them covered, but they're like, oh, why would we do such a thing? She's like, I'm serious, stop it. So then she knows that when she gets back to her room, there are more peeping holes, which she then covers up with like some tape, and then literally as soon as she's done that, she kind of sits in her chair and goes like, literally someone shoves a pencil. What if somebody shoves a pencil through one of the peeping holes that's covered in tape, and then sticks her finger through it. She's like, yeah, Nick! She's like, enough! And then she hits her finger, she's like, ah! And then you see her mom, and her dad, looking outside her door, but like they're kind of like creeping out. They're like, you're not even trying to hide at this point. Cuts the door, and then this family just won't give up. I'll pee on their dog, which I don't know why. These families must be it's just a weird shit or something. So after that, she goes to her bed, kind of like trying to trying to relax and she had to deal with all that shit. Then she hears people running, like crawling out of her room. Yes, she can hear people, crawling like her room for her attic or whatever. Then they take a power drill. I'm pretty sure it's a power drill, like those like electron drills that are kind of look like guns, like handguns that you hold in one hand. I'm pretty sure those are called power drills. If not, whatever they're actually called. He then someone takes that power drill, throws it, creates takes it down on the roof, creates a hole down around where her bed is. Then she grabs a screwdriver. Yes, a screwdriver. And that guy just shoves it up, but which lands in her father's eye. He doesn't end up losing it or anything, so his eyes might. So most of my just pecked him a little bit, but. Oh my goddamn! I'll give him this. They're at least persistent. Oh my god, that was weird. That was weird and hilarious at the same time, man. So then after that whole ordeal, She's then having breakfast with her family. Then she kind of there's a little bit of awkward silence, and she has like her family, ask her dad, "Hey, is his eye okay?" Because she's the one that, because he was the one that was crawling through the roof, and like, she stabbed him in the eye with a screwdriver. With he says, "Yeah, his eye is fine." And then she asks his brother, "Is his fingers fine?" Because he was the one, I'm guessing, that she can't get one. He tried to stick his finger through one of the peeping holes. He's like, "He doesn't know." So he's like, a genuine PE class yesterday. It's not your fault. And then she got then that happens. Um, so after that, she's like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm going to run away for real this time. And she goes to her aunt's place. Now, me personally, I would at this situation, I probably would just call the cops because I'm pretty sure this shit's illegal. I'm pretty sure this peeping shit they've been doing. I'm pretty sure that shit's illegal. But you never know. But this whole peeping thing is without doubt, our invasion of privacy is a theme that definitely runs through this whole short story, which I can definitely know that probably fears a lot of people out. This scares a lot of people, people very easily break into their house, watching them. I'm sure people can get prepared of it. We all probably have those moments where we feel like we're being watched or something. We get paranoid as fuck. So then she goes to the bus stop, or like you want the bus stop. She kind of looks at the map, or okay, let's see where my aunt's place is. I'm pretty. And she said she was in in like Okinawa or something. I think that's where she is. Some part of Okinawa, if I remember correctly. It's like weird. There's no bus stop that goes there, so she ends up just walking. Something that we Americans don't do. If we didn't say, it, we'd be like, all right, they'll just go home. It's like we ain't walking nowhere. That's America for you. Japan's willing to walk to places. Americans, nah, we'll just go right back to where we came from. Man, we are fat and lazy. Oh, Americans. So, after that, then she goes, and she takes to goes to her aunt's place. She notices that she knows a lot of dead ends. They're covered by buildings. So she then asks, around. She meets this one dude in a mask. That's like, hey, you lost me. And she's like, yes, I'm looking for my aunt's place. It's like, oh, I'm going that same part too. Allow me to show you the way. And then this is where the episode gets really weird. So then she walks around. There's a bunch of it's like these then she goes crawling through these alleyways. There's a lot of houses surround this area. And then they lead her to this one house that has a line to it, and people are wanting to get in, but the door's locked. And they're like, how dare you break down the door? Because apparently this world, because apparently this part of Japan, or in this short story Junji Ito, people are allowed to, just invade people's privacy whenever they feel like if you you're in the wrong if you actually lock your doors and actually give a shit about your privacy. How dare you? So then she eventually meets her aunt. She's pretty much wearing a bra, very much wearing like a sports bra, and she's very minimal clothing, like a sports bra and like some booty shorts or something. So she's like, what do they call them? And there's peeping holes all around her house. And then she's like, hey, mom or aunt, why don't you get out of here? Come on, And then some random dude, actually just walks through her window while she's talking about, people, just barging in, invading her privacy. She was fine, but then she just kind of gave up on it. And she's like, fuck, let them do as they please. She ends up finding the roof of the house. And it looks like. And then she, finds out that there's a bunch of people, peeping through these holes, and they got a bunch of eyes on, a bunch of eyes. So then she runs out. She meets up with the same guy that she met to get into this place, where we find out that he was actually Jack the Ripper. He's about to kill her, but his aunt saves her in the nick of time, tells her the way to get out of there, and that's pretty much where the short story ends. Overall, great episode. My final verdict is a 9 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter if you like. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
She's